What's up, everybody? This is T-Roy here with another episode of T-Roy's Toys. And on today's episode, we're going to be doing an engine swap on this 1983 Ford Ranger. Now, for those of you who haven't seen this, or don't follow this channel, let me show you what we're working with here. Here's a quick look at the old engine. I've pulled some of the parts off, but the guy I bought this from was started to take it apart and stop, and that's why the cam and stuff is all rusty. He left the valve cover off, not very smart. I've got all the bell housing bolts off, everything except for the motor mount, so we should be ready to go. Now, I have an engine hoist to get this out of here to replace it with that other 2.3, but the problem is my shop here only has a 6-foot door. So I think the Ranger will fit, but we're going to find out, because while I could pull it with the engine hoist on the ground, it's going to be a whole lot easier if I do it on a concrete floor. Plus, especially if I had to get under there and do something. So anyway, let's see if we can get this truck to fit in the shop. The biggest thing I'm worried about is these mirrors. I really like these mirrors. I think they're just being new. That'll work. We'll do the other side. Alright guys, we got the old truck in neutral. I'm going to use Marble, the old four-wheeler, to push her in the shop. Well, here we go, guys. Half of her's in here anyway. We could get the rest of it out if we didn't have so much junk, but we still have to work on the thing. But it's a tight fit, though. It is a very tight fit. Guys, I'm a little disappointed, though, Marble. She did not want to push the old Ranger. I thought maybe it was in gear or something, but no. Had to break out the old Toro. That sucker's a hoss, apparently. But, man, I tell you what, old Marble, she might have to start sitting aside. We might have to start putting the dang old zero turn in the shop now. Gonna have to earn her spot back. Anyway, guys, let's get the yanking this motor out. Oh, guys, one thing before I get too carried away here. I want to talk to y'all about our sponsor. Our sponsor is Vault Soda, discontinued by Coca-Cola in 2011. But if you just so happen to be lucky enough to find one in your local convenience store, I would most definitely stay away from the gas station sushi and anything out of the deli. Anyway, guys, back to your regular scheduled programming. Alright, guys, we're going to start on our motor mount bolts. Like I already said, we've already got all the other bell housing bolts, torque converter, everything. Pretty much the only thing that's holding this motor in is those motor mount bolts. So we're going to take our 18mm socket with our longest extension possible. Just because I like to be dramatic. Start taking them out. guys, here we go. We might have to take the hood off, I don't know. Something happened. Alright guys, I think the engine's free. Transmission, ooh, I probably should have blocked that transmission up. She didn't fall too far. There's a cross member down there, so it's not too bad. I think she's ready to come out. I don't see nothing obvious. Alright, let's see if we can yank her out. Yeah, we're going to have to pull the hood. Yeah, I still got a ways to go. We're going to hit the hood. Let's get this hood taken off. Now we got some room to work. All right, guys, that should be enough. Alrighty guys, now that we got our old engine out and need to put our new engine in, I know we still need to put the new engine together, but before we do that, I'm looking at the motor mounts, and the motor mounts that are on this one are different from these. So to make sure it's going to fit right, we need to swap them out. Alrighty guys, we got our motor mounts installed. Took the ones off of this one, put on that one, vice versa. See this one here. I think they're roughly about the same, but they look different, so I don't want any problem. Alright, now we got that part done. Now it's time to put the head gasket on our new motor and set the head. It says it's not supposed to have any kind of sealant or nothing, so you're supposed to be good to go. So, alright. I have the nerve to ask my chiropractor why my back hurts. There's a dowel pin on the front here. Alright. I think we're set. Alright, let's start putting our bolts in and start torquing her down. Alright guys, for our torque, you're supposed to start in the middle, work your way out. That's according to Ford specs online. So We'll start with the number 1 cylinder, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just kind of do a crisscross pattern at the end. We're going to torque it down to 50. Well, it says between 50 and 60. We're going to shoot for 55, and then 80 and 90 for the final sequence. You kind of want to go in steps. So, anyway, start with number 1. There we go. Why they gotta make star heads? Alright guys, I'm gonna torque these back down to 90 and then we'll be done. Well, alrighty guys, we got that head of that motor there torqued down good yesterday, down to 90 foot-pounds. All of them went pretty good, don't see any problems. Took a break after that. I was pretty much tired. We're gonna get back on today, but I went and checked the P.O. box and we got our first mail call. So let me show you what we got. Alright guys, this comes from a fellow subscriber, Josh Madden. He's from Ohio. Appreciate it, Josh. He sent us a license plate for the shop here. I like that license plate cover, Model A. Looks nice. I don't have any Ohio plates, so I guess we do now. So it's pretty cool. Oh, that's neat. Bicentennial, Ohio. That's cool. Another Ohio. I like how they put the county. That's kind of cool. Another classic Ohio. I miss Texas. Texas quit doing it, I think, in 2008, but they're just flat now. They're not embossed. I love the stamped plates. I think it's cool. Another Ohio. 2, yeah. These 2 are a matching set. Heart of it all. I like that. I'll put those right there for now. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's off a 38 Ohio 38 truck. Very nice. All right. Ohio. Oh, and here's a 1931 Ohio. Very nice. Well, all right, Josh, those are pretty cool. I don't have any Ohio license plates. Never had some before. I had one from Iowa. A buddy of mine sent me one. But most of mine are from Texas, Oklahoma, maybe Louisiana. The older ones, I'm not going to do anything with them yet. I've got an idea, but I've got to wait till I finish parts of the shop. But we're going to put those aside. But some of the other ones, I've got a little license plate project I've been working on. And you know what? We're going to go ahead. We're going to put them on right now. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is the back side of the shop. The doors that we built. I built these doors for some airflow. So this is where I've been putting all my license plates and stuff. So anyway, we're going to add these to it. Alright, there you go, guys. Looks like we need just about 2 more, and we'll have this all done. Thank you, Josh Madden, for sending those out. Now we got a little Ohio here in Texas. Alright, guys. I went to old Neil Riley's, guys, to pick this up, some new spark plugs, just some cheap old auto lights. We ain't running no hot rod here. And I'm going to go ahead and put our valve cover on, then we're going to get the engine ready, put it back in the truck. Sorry, guys. Alright, we got the motor pretty much put together. I got the distributor put on, I got the timing belt timing belt tightened, and everything should be in time. I went ahead and put the exhaust manifold on. Now I'm thinking we might go to a header in the future, and probably definitely going to now, because as I was putting the bolts in, I see it has a crack. But anyway, guys, got the old motor sitting over there. That's pretty much the only place that's out of the way. Now let's put our intake on. I've been cleaning this up. This is the main part of the swap, is really just changing the intake. So let's get this put on the engine. Oh, and if anybody wants to know what I'm jamming to, and I can't play music because of YouTube, but some old Jason Bowler and the Stragglers. Alright, gotta put our intake manifold on here. Now, the instructions say not to use any kind of RTV or anything like that, so I'll follow the instructions. It helps if you put it on the right way and not upside down. Can't blame a man for trying. Those of you who want to know, these are all the infamous 10mm. Now I know using a wrench or a ratchet, cannot talk today. Using a 3/4 inch ratchet is not as fast, and I do have an impact, but dealing with old engine blocks and stuff like that, you do not want to use an impact. You will strip it out. Ask me how I know. Sometimes it's better just to err on the side of caution. Or as they say, it's like moving cattle. What's the fastest way to move cattle, guys? Slowly. Anyway, we're going to finish putting these in. I'll get back with y'all. Alrighty, guys, I got the intake put on. I went ahead and drained the oil. Kind of got some other stuff ready. Got the flywheel put on. Now we're ready for the fun part of putting the new motor in the truck. Keeps trying to turn on me. Going down, baby, going down. Going down, down, down. I go singing, I ain't catching what I'm doing. Back a little bit. Hold that there. Right. I think we are in. Alright, guys, now that we got the motor put in, I got all the bell housing bolts put in. I'm going to finish tightening down our motor mounts. I reckon that ought to hold it. Whew. Well, alrighty guys, we got the motor put in. Let me give you guys a good look at this thing. We got our newer 2.3 motor put in there, fuel injected. And look at that, I think that valve cover looks pretty cool with the sticker bomb on there. I'll comment down below, let me know what you think. I got the hood on here. I kind of started playing with some of the wiring, but it's kind of a mess. I'm gonna have to figure that out. And I do not have a carburetor for it. I gotta find a carburetor. This one did not come with one. But anyway guys, I've got kind of a bead on one. It's gonna cost me about $200 to get. I need to do some research. That's the thing, I've got to sit down and do some research to do this right, to get it running. So anyway guys, this probably isn't a very good video. I do apologize. Oh, it just comes to my mind, a helpful tip. If you are gonna pull a 2.3 of a Ranger, get you a ratcheting 17mm. You will thank me later. I did not get one. I wish I would have, but anyway, I'm hard-headed, so you know we're gonna do things the hard way. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna do I got some other stuff coming up next video. I'm gonna be doing research. We will hopefully get this running before too long. But anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all for watching. Remember, please like, subscribe, all that mumbo jumbo. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a good evening.